What's up, guys? Coach Cortez, and welcome back to another wide receiver breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed the Jerry Rice video from about a week ago. I have to say this. My apologies for the video quality. It was not up to par, but I figured out how to make it a lot better so you can see everything and it doesn't just cut randomly all over the place. So today's going to be a much better video in terms of quality. The breakdown itself is, it's going to be good. It's just what we do, man. So appreciate you guys for being here. Today we're going to be covering Cooper Kupp and the things you need to focus on in today's video, right? Cooper Kupp is another one of those guys who's not just a genetic freak. He doesn't have off the wall athleticism. He's nothing insane. Now, granted, he does work his tail off. Part of that work is his ability to be a tactician of his route running. Okay, so you notice his cuts, you notice his feints, his slight hesitations, his hand placement, the way he uses his arms and his hands and his feet throughout the down to always get the defender off balance. And whenever he does, all he needs is a split second. All he needs is one step. And once he gets it, he makes his move, he gets open, he catches the ball, and he turns upfield, man. That's what it's all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's get right into it. First route right here, I really love this move. Just a little inside setup, and then breaks it off to the outside. Catch the ball, turn upfield. Really good stuff. Watch the release, man. Just a slight hesitation at the top of the route. Gets him leaning inside right before he breaks off. Very similar to what we saw in Jerry Rice last week. Here's another good one. Interesting route, little C route. Inside release. And then the defender just trips over his own feet. Nothing too crazy here. It wasn't like this ankle-breaking move. I'm pretty sure he just clipped himself, and that's what made him fall. But still, look at the hands moving. Look at the slight little head and shoulder right before he breaks. Get that defender just to bite a little bit. Now, right here, honestly, probably one of the greatest routes you can watch on YouTube. It is just phenomenal stuff. This little whip route right here, but watch what makes it so special is when he sits it down right here with that slight hesitation and then that jab. That little jab to the inside gets 24 to bite. And once he does, man, he's just wide open. This is just pure art right here. It really is beautiful. And guys, it's not that hard to do. That's the thing. It's not that difficult to go outside and practice that right now. It's not that difficult at all, but you see how effective it is. So I need you to add it to your game as soon as possible. This release right here on this fade route in the end zone is pretty cool. Slight little shuffle to the inside. And like all of his routes, that jab, that stick right before he breaks it is what gets him separated and open in the end zone for a touchdown. Now, play right here. I told you guys to pay attention to his arms and his hands. So he's got the defender stacked on his inside, right? I think that's Jair Brown who's trying to jam him. If it's not Jair Brown, I mean, oh well. But regardless, he's trying to jam him, right? And so watch his outside hand, his free hand. It's churning. His free hand is churning so he can continue generating force and power to keep moving, because if not, he's just going to get pressed all the way to the other side of the field. But what he does is he keeps his hands and arms active, and that's what allows him to eventually get off of that jam and separate to the outside. Nice catch there, turns upfield, picks up some more yardage. Great stuff from Cooper Kupp. This one is awesome. This play right here, give it a second, but I want you to watch this 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So right foot, left foot, and then the right foot again is just a little bit exaggerated. It's just a little bit exaggerated, and he gets that defender to just jump inside ever so slightly. So the defender is out of place, and he's wide open. That's all it takes. All it takes is a split second. All it takes is one step. We already talked about it. Cooper Kupp is not a genetic freak. He doesn't have insane athleticism, right? He's not Calvin Johnson. He's not Randy Moss. He's just a dude. Granted, he's a dude who works very hard, and he's a true technician of his craft. But anybody can do this, and that's why I break these guys down for you. Jerry Rice ran a 4.7. Cooper Kupp maybe 4.6 at the fastest, but he's probably a 4.7 guy too. Yet he's always open, and it's all in the details. And that's why we do these breakdowns. That's why you got to start practicing some of these things that he does. A couple routes here that we missed. Notice his hands to get off that press. The little shove off, slight little shove off to break at the last second. Right here, he just recognizes its zone, so he finds the open spot. Just an outbreaking route. We saw again here that little 1-2-3 that he gives right before he breaks to get open. It's going to be coming up here in a second. Here we go. That one, well, that was really just a 1-2, but regardless, it's effective nonetheless. And guys, I mean, you could pick up a basketball and go out to the basketball court and start practicing these footwork patterns. And I promise you, if you can get open on a basketball court, if you can break down any defender while you're playing basketball, you can get open at will on the football field. I promise you. Training as a multi-sport athlete is the most effective way, the most powerful way to become a better athlete. That's great stuff right there. The slight little stutter. Kupp himself opens up his hips just a little bit to get that defender shifted. See it right there, that jab at the last second with the left foot to break outside, allows him to make the catch. That's Davis again, 24, guarding him. He's all over this tape, unfortunately, poor guy. Yeah, it just looks like a little busted coverage here. Looks like he was playing a soft squat in a cover two, and that safety just didn't get there in time. Another little stutter, tight window throw, exceptional throw from Stafford there. But like I was saying, guys, football is a game of inches. All it takes is one step. What's important to watch here on not this route, but yeah, you see that little offhand. You see 21 is trying to keep Kupp in phase. So he's reaching out, and all Kupp does is give him that little slip right there. You see that? All he does is give him that that hand. He works around it. He like swims around it and gets 21 off track. I mean, makes him lose his balance and gets a couple feet, and that's all he needs, man. That's all he needs. Playing here on another corner. We don't need to break that one down. It's too fast, anyways. But notice his hands. I mean, every time, anytime there's a ball in the air, he's very subtle about using his hands to get just enough separation. He's just manipulating the defender's body. He's using the defender's momentum against him, and that makes him incredibly special. There it is right there, just that slight little push off and then gets open. There's another one right there, man. I don't know what they're teaching nowadays in the high schools, but you got to start learning to use your hands. Your hands are weapons. Your hands are weapons. I mean, boxers, MMA fighters, UFC fighters, all incredible with their hands. So if you wanted to, just watch some footage of those kinds of fighters, man, and you could really learn a lot from them. We're going back to that multi-sport athlete training, man. I mean, yeah, I'm not lying to you, man. It's really powerful stuff. It's really powerful stuff. So let's see if we can find a few more routes here where he's burning one-on-one coverage. And then, yeah, see, there's not a whole lot we can do on a route like that. It's just simple underneath the line of scrimmage, little line route. Not a whole lot. I mean, guys, that's football. Sometimes you're just going to get open because it's exceptional play design. But I will tell you this, you're not going to get those opportunities for those free plays, for those free yards and free catches unless you're really good at what you do one-on-one. Does that make sense to you? Like if you're just simply the best receiver on your team, they'll draw up those easy plays for you, and you won't have to work as hard. This is great. I love this one right here. Perfect example. Give it a second. It's going to come back. But the little chop right before that in-breaking route, see, bam, sets him up, gets him leaning outside ever so slightly. And then he's great after the catch. I didn't notice that until I started breaking this down literally as we speak. Good play design here. Another good play call. Yeah, not much you can take away from that one, unfortunately. Another example of him using his hands right here. Just there it is right there with his right hand chopping down those arms from the defender and getting open. Good stuff right here. I honestly thought he was going to break outside, but he's done that enough times in that game to be able to just whip it inside real quick, and defender has no idea. Just a little stop route sitting in the zone. I wish I had more clips of Kupp running routes one-on-one, but unfortunately I didn't make this cut up. I just found it on YouTube, and I can't complain. Beggars can't be choosers. And I don't have PFF anymore. Maybe I could get it again so I can just build my own cut ups and not just find videos on YouTube, and I can break down exactly what I want. But nonetheless, guys, I mean, the theme is still the same. It's the deceptive footwork. It's the use of the hands. It's using the defender's momentum against him. It's getting that slight second. It's getting that slight step advantage on your defenders. And I promise you, man, that's all you need. Because again, he's not a 6'5", 230-pound DK Metcalf who's just a freak. He's literally a freak. And there's only so much you can learn from a guy like that. So these are the guys that you want to watch, the Cooper Kupps, the Jerry Rices, who aren't just these insane, freakishly athletic guys. I mean, we're talking the true tacticians of their craft, and those are the guys you need to be watching. It's the same like learning how to get into bodybuilding, right? Like you're not going to take advice from a guy who's on steroids. You're going to take advice from the guy who was skinny growing up, the guy who could get snapped in half like a toothpick, who all of a sudden, after a couple of years, is just the most jacked dude in the room because he knows what he's doing. He's not on roids. He had to really, really work for it, and he struggled to get where he is. And those are the people that you need to be learning from. That's why we're watching Cooper Kupp today. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a lot of, or I don't think we're going to get many one-on-one routes, and I say that as he just busts this guy's tail right here. So this would be a great one to end on. One-on-one coverage. Defender has slight outside leverage. He wants him to go inside. If you look at how his body is positioned right before the snap, you'll notice it right there. So what he does is he sets him up inside with that little jab as soon as he's about to break, and he literally gets the defender jumping inside. And guess where he's open? On the outside. That's all it takes, man. It's not super complicated. It's not crazy. It's simple stuff, but you do have to be aware of these things. You do have to practice these things. And now that you're aware of it, now that you see it, now that you know it, take it to practice or take it outside right now and go practice it. It's not that hard. Here's another great one. Just a little stutter. Defender is moving outside. Cooper notices and he hesitates for just a split second, and then he breaks it off inside. And that's what's so special about this guy, man. I love breaking this guy down. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but we're going to go ahead and end it right there. Good stuff, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to continue to keep doing these style videos, more breakdowns of different players that are going to be really powerful to learn from. So thanks again. If you enjoyed it and you watched the last one, you liked that one too, I'm going to keep pumping these out as often as I can. For the time being, probably like one time a week, just until I get the hang of everything. I'm posting a lot on Instagram and on Twitter too, sending my email newsletter every day. So we're just building that system out, making everything comfortable so we can just repeat it every day on autopilot. But if you enjoy everything I'm doing, man, keep in touch. Consider hitting a like. Or consider liking the video, hitting the subscribe button so you can be the first one to see these breakdowns that I'm doing. And reach out, man. Reach out to me if you ever need anything, whether that's a comment on YouTube or, a DM on Instagram or Twitter or wherever. Respond to my emails. I like to keep in touch with as many players as possible because I truly do love helping kids out. Football is the greatest game in the world, And if you don't think so, you're just wrong, unfortunately. And so that's why I do what I do. I really do love it. I love building relationships with you guys. So appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you very, very soon.